Hey guys, it's Sharon with Little Britain Company. Welcome to the channel. So today I needed to make something quick. I'm starting to get ready for a craft fair that I have coming up September 13th. And I decided to make some of these little bitty post-it notes, post-it note holders basically. They're really cute. They're tiny. I worked out how to put them together and kind of keep the cost nice and low so that I don't have to charge a whole lot for these. So I have some stickers I'm going to put on to the tops of these cute little ones. So I'm trying some different toppers here. I did this little one, but like I said, I'm trying a few different things. I need stickers for those. I decided that I would try to do a couple of back to school ones using some of this back to school paper, because this is the one I said I was going to smash and I have not touched it, which is bad. It's been, it's been crazy trying to get back to school, back in the swing of things. So I'm going to start by cutting down my wonderful double-sided paper here. And this is going to be, I'm going to cut this to 4 3/4 inches. I'm doing it this way, the long way. I'm going to, oh, you can't see that. Let me move that out for you a little bit. I've got all of these pieces that I've been cutting today. And now I'm going to break this down. These? Good golly, Miss Molly. I'm going to do 2-inch sections. I know this should be 6 inches. So if I go 4 and 2, I should have 3 2-inch lengths. So what I really should do, if I'm going to do these on a massive scale, what I should do is score them before I cut them. But I wanted to go ahead and do some of these smaller ones. I feel like I'm still working out the kinks a little bit. So you are going to take, oh, nope. Here's one of the kinks that I figured out the hard way. This is what I want on top. So this needs to be my short I need the orientation to be that this will be on top, right? And that's going to be the directionality of it. In order to do that, when I start scoring, I need the direction to be in this way. So the top is here and the bottom is here. I'll show you. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. So again, this is 4 3/4 by 2 inches. And I am going to score at 1 1/8. And I'm going to score at 1 1/2. I'm going to score again at 3 inches. I'm going to score this again at 3 1/2 inches. It doesn't work out perfectly because the size of this one is kind of funky, but it does work. So this is going to be, see how that works? So the short side is where I want it to be. Yep. And the long side is where this is supposed to be. That's going to be so cute. Now I have a whole bunch of stickers and things, but it is getting, I even took my watch off. It's getting late. So I'm going to go ahead and score these and put them together really quickly, just so you can see. I mean, this is a really quick, easy project. I bought these packs. There were 12 in a pack for $1.99 at Ollie's. So I'm using up some of my Ollie's gains. And so these were 12 for $1.99, which made them 17 cents a piece. I mean, that is an incredible deal. So I had bought 3 packs. I've got 36 of these. And then the paper, I worked out that each sheet of paper, or a third of the paper, is costing me 11 cents. You also need Velcro dots, and I got those from the Dollar Tree when it was still $1.25, and some kind of an embellishment. So I figure this is costing about 40 cents. And I plan on charging, what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge, let me score while I do that. I'm going to charge $2 or 2 for $3. And I think that that is a pretty decent deal. And let me do this one. Hopefully people will think it's a good deal. Post-it notes have just gone nutty in pricing. And I don't know. Okay, let's put this out of the way. Go ahead and fold these. You got 4 score lines. Okay. Make sure that, so this is my top, just, you've got to, this is going to be smaller, the top one, and my orientation is correct. I am just using this AdTech, the tape glue, because this is a one and done. So people aren't going to have this forever. This is one of the few times when I'm okay with it not being perfect. It's not going to be perfect. So, okay, so let me grab one of these, and I want to make sure that the orientation is correct. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the back. This is the most important part, getting it in here where it needs to be. Getting it in there evenly. Okay. And now, I mean, it's almost done. Let me go ahead and do the other ones really quickly. And again, I'm trying to make sure that I fan it just so I know for sure where my bottom is. Because this is the way I want it to go. Feel like I'm in a Star Wars. This is the way. Making sure it's even. That's the hard part. So cute. These do go together super quickly. And like I said, if you score before you cut, it's even faster. Even faster. As always, though, for me, it's the embellishments that take time. Time. Okay, so these, you know, basically they're together. They're super cute. So this isn't even 2 inches. It's about 1.5 inches. So I want to cut these down. These are 2 inches. So in order for me to use these, I'm going to have to work them a little bit. So I want to use those on top instead of cutting out my little circles. I mean, I could do the circles, but it's just got shredded. So let's see what I've got here. I'm going to start just by doing this, getting rid of this. This did not do well coming out of the bag, so to speak. Coming out of the pad. It just had a lot of problems coming out of the pad. So I think it would be great to use that little school apple. I just think it might be too big. But I'm going to do a little bit to make it just slightly smaller. I love the books. But again, I think they might be too big. Dum-dum-dum. Yep. So I'm going to try to make these books work for me. I'm going to get super close and see if I could put that on the top. I could. And although I know it covers my apples, it's so stinking cute. That is adorable. Okay, so I'm going to do that one. I'm okay with it covering most of the apples. I can, you know what I can do though? I can trim down the sides. I'm going to trim those down so more of the apple comes through. So it'll be more like that. Cute. All right, just a little bit more. I know. Perfect. Okay, so that's one. I think these kids, we'll see what I can do with the kids riding their little bike to school. Sorry, let me get these little pieces of trash out of the way. That's, again, I think that is adorable. And I can still see the apples underneath, so I am liking that one. I think I want to trim that white just a tiny bit. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, that's two. And then for my final one, do I want to try to get the apple? Oh, it's going to be hard getting this apple. Let's see. Let's see how close I can get. Because that is way big. So I'm going to start by kind of moving around it a little bit. I know I'm going to lose some of that. It's okay. I need to lose a little bit more of this. That is pretty cute. Okay. So I have my toppers. Some cute little attraction here. And I'll show you how easy. Now with this one, I do think I'm going to round my corners with my little apple guy here. I'll see if I want to do that with all of them. Because I think that's really cute. And I want to get this on the top part, but I don't want to get it any further. So make that kind of even. All right, so there's my first little topper. My second one is going to pretty much cover most of what's going on here. But I am okay with that. So I'm just attaching, or I'm putting my adhesive to the very sort of tops of these. Gotta make sure that it's even. And here's number 2. So for the books, I didn't bother rounding the corners, but I do think I'm going to round the corners on our little bicyclists here. That is so stinking cute. All right, so I just want to get a little bit here, about halfway across. Make sure that that is. Okay. Wouldn't that be a cute little gift for a teacher? I love it. Okay, so here's what, I'll show you what I do with my dots. I had 20 of these Velcro dots in there, and I'm going to get 40 out of it for this. And this is what I normally do. I take them and I go ahead and I just fold them together on their sheet. I don't know if you guys do that. And then I cut straight down the middle. And that's what's giving me, for these, that works for these because they're pretty small. And then I am just going to cut those apart so I don't have anything else that I'm dealing with. And it doesn't really bother me which side is which. Ouch, other than I can't get this one off. There we go. So I take it, can you see this? I'm putting it on the inside of my main piece. I'm not putting it on my decorative section there, because the decorative section may, pull off if this is strong enough, whereas the rest of it's going to hold tight. So then really make sure that you line it up, and done. Isn't that cute? It's like a little matchbox. That's what it is. Okay, so one. This is super duper fast. So I do plan on having all of these done. So it's all 36. I'm going to put them in a little basket with my little pricing on and some other kind of back to school looking things. There's the second one. And there you go. Seriously, super duper fast. So I've made these, and the bigger ones, but again, it's all just gotten so expensive. I really like that one, the little back to school one. All right, guys, shockingly quick for me, huh? All right, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you saw something cute on here. And, let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think that I should change over and do something like this and put a decoration in the middle? I am very interested to know. And what do you think about the pricing? How that's going to work out. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. And I will see you next time. Cheers.